Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is a very quick unboxing and some initial impressions about the Tecno Camon I-Ace. Now this is a budget phone from Tecno priced around 7,000 rupees. On the box it says 7,999 but it should be priced around 6 to 7,000 rupees and it's a retail phone and comes with really lot of goodies. Now unlike any other brands out there, Tecno offers something called One Promise where you get 100-day replacement, one-time screen replacement and 1-month extended warranty for free. And for the first time, I guess they've also tied up with Jio to give you 2,200 rupees of cash back if you use Jio SIM on this phone. Now that's a very quick introduction about the brand and what it offers. Now let's look at the box. So on the front it says Tecno Camon I-Ace. Here we have the One Promise protection sticker, and below that we have a quick preview of how the phone looks, followed by the Jio sticker. On the left side and the right side we have just the phone's name, and on the back side we have the IMEI number stickers and specifications and so on. At the bottom we have the pricing and shipping related information. At the top we have just the brand name. Now let's get on with the unboxing. Now this is a retail phone priced at 8,000 rupees on the box, but this phone should be available around 7,000 rupees. I'll let you know the final price in the description, and most importantly it's a retail phone. So unlike the Redmi 5 or other phones, this can be found in your retail store, a shop beside your home perhaps. And that's one advantage with this brand. By the way, this phone will be available in two colors, champagne gold and black, and I have the black color. So there you go. On the front we have just the phone. Let me just put that aside for now. Oh, I have the champagne gold color, not the black color. Let me just put that aside for now. Next we have the warranty card which says 12+1. That's the 1 month of extra warranty. Next we should get a SIM card ejector. It might have fallen in the box. Next we have some more documentation, and this is the micro USB charging cable, and finally a 6 watts power adapter. Something like a 10 watts power adapter would have been better, but even this is fine. And this was the missing SIM card ejector. Now let me put all these things aside and come back to the phone. Now this is how the phone looks on the front and on the back. Just like Oppo and Vivo phones, it also comes with a free tempered glass pre-applied, but mine have some air bubbles right out of the box. Now let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. Now this phone has a complete plastic build with a nice metal matte finish on the back, which actually looks and feels really good. Doesn't feel like any cheap plastic. Now at the top and bottom it has these fake antenna bands just to mimic a unibody metal design, but as I've said, it's a complete plastic build. Now at the top it has a 13 megapixel camera with dual LED flash followed by Tecno branding. At the bottom it has a single speaker with a small notch, and it also says designed by Tecno. Now at the top and left side it is completely plain. On the right side we have the power and volume buttons made of plastic but have a nice clicky feel to them. At the bottom we have just the 3.5mm audio jack, primary microphone and the micro USB charging port. On the front it is a 5.5-inch display with HD+ resolution in the new 18:9 aspect ratio. Above the display we have some sensors, an 8 megapixel front facing camera, earpiece and dual LED flash. At the bottom it is completely plain. Now this phone sports a quad-core processor with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of storage, running Android 8.1 Oreo, and has a 3050 mAh battery. We don't know the CPU model number right now, but I'll let you know once we turn on the phone. We did get the SIM card ejector in the box, but there is no SIM card tray on this phone, and that made me look at the manual for the very first time. So this phone has a removable back panel, unlike many phones these days, and this is how we remove it. So this is the back, and this is where we have the 3050 mAh battery. These are the dual nano SIM slots, and over here we have the micro SD card slot, and these are all the internals. Now let me just go back. Now let me just turn on the phone and see what we get right out of the box. So guys, this is how the phone looks once we turn it on, and this is actually the shortcut for app drawer. So this phone actually has an app drawer, and this is the one. Now this phone also has something called freezer, which is actually my favorite feature, and I wish every other phone has it. Now using this particular feature we can actually freeze applications. So once you add an application to this freezer list, that application won't be allowed to run in the background, and it simply saves a lot of space and memory on your phone. So if there is any application that you don't use, simply put it in the freezer. Now with that said, let's check out the free RAM and free storage. So out of that 2 GB of RAM, we get about 1 GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now let's go to settings and see the free storage. Now out of that 16 GB of storage, we get about 10 GB of free space for our user apps and user data. Now that's pretty good. Usually we get about 8 GB on other phones. Now let's check out the about page. So this phone is running a custom skinned version of Android called iOS version 3.4, and it's based on Android 8.1 Oreo. This is the latest update, and let's check out the security patch. So it has the June security patch, and if we turn on the Wi-Fi, we might actually get the latest update for July security patch. So guys, this is the CPU-Z app, and once again we don't have any information about the processor name. It's probably a quad-core processor with Cortex A53 cores from MediaTek, and it has the PowerVR GE8100 GPU. Now let's check out the sensors. Now these are the only sensors that are available on this phone. It has accelerometer, light and proximity sensor, like they are the most basic sensors and you get them all. Now considering the price of just 7,000 rupees, lack of sensors is pretty much understandable, as even Samsung J8, which costs around 19,000 rupees, doesn't even come with a light sensor. So considering that, this phone is really doing a pretty good job. Now let's check out the camera interface. Usually cameras on the Tecno phones are really good, so I hope that's the same even with this phone. Now surprisingly, it even has Auto HDR. Now that's something we rarely see in phones in this price segment. Now this is how the rear camera looks like, and capturing speeds are decent. Now this is the interface for the rear camera. It says AI camera, which has been a buzzword for everything. Next we have video recording. This phone can record video at 1080p resolution, so it definitely has a pretty decent processor. Now this is how the front facing camera looks like. So from initial impressions, it looks pretty decent. Now it also has portrait mode for the front camera, and Auto HDR is also there, so that's another rare thing to see. Now these are some sample pictures taken using the rear camera in Auto HDR mode. Now these are some selfies and portrait selfies side by side, and you can be the judge of how good the pictures look for a phone that costs 7,000 rupees as a retail phone. Now this phone also has a face unlock feature, so let's test that out. So guys, that was face unlock feature in good lighting conditions. It's not super fast, but it is pretty usable. Now this phone doesn't come with a fingerprint scanner anywhere, so having face unlock is actually quite useful. Now with that said, let's check out how it works in low lighting conditions. Now this is complete darkness. There is no light in this room. So let's see what happens. So guys, in complete darkness, we get this option to turn on the front facing flash. And once we do that, it is able to recognize our face. Now it's definitely not the most intuitive way to unlock the phone, but it works and it is pretty usable even in low lighting conditions. Now coming to the speaker, it is in definitely a pretty odd position. We haven't seen any phones these days with a speaker on its back. So let's see how it sounds. So guys, even the speaker on this phone is pretty loud. Not the best in terms of quality, but it is definitely pretty loud. So guys, this is the new Tecno Camon i-Ace. So for a base price of 7,000 rupees, you're getting pretty good performance, good cameras, face unlock feature, and even the build is actually pretty good. It doesn't have a 2.5D curved glass, so it doesn't look very premium, but you can actually put any tempered glass easily on it. So that's one advantage. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let us know by commenting below this video, and I'll leave a link for this product in the description. Check that out for more information, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.